9 months ago, this was a flat piece of land with no building on it. And it's just amazing to see in a relatively short period of time how everything went up. I was here every day, day in, day out, and saw the incremental change. It's so rewarding.
Asking me about TGL is interesting because it started on it, back of the napkin, and to see it come to light, it's more of an accomplishment. I feel great about it. If it didn't take off, it didn't get renewed for another season, I'd still look at it as such a big feature for the company. Knowing how long it took and the attention to detail and attacking innovation, which never really has a reference point. You're creating a reference, is spectacular and a testament to what we've done here.
So initially when it was coming out, I was like, oh, what's this gonna be? You know what I mean? And then I had the very fortunate opportunity, which I'd created through relationships, to see how much it meant to Full Swing. So before we even get into it, if you look at the team there, and it's only stuff I've told them, they're all living and dying by this, to be fair. And that gave me a better front row seat than most people, because I'm watching this with very little to no skin in the game, and I'm like, wow, this is everything. So as someone who's got close to them, it really made me see this operation really, really cares about this. Like, this is everything, and people are losing sleep over this, and this is their life. Like, you look at Evan there, who hopefully you guys will speak to, like, this is everything. And that passion for me as a golfer, to see it for him in his field, that's when I was like, I'm all in on this. These boys are freaking awesome.
TGL Full Swing had such a big part in the experience, much more so than probably what gets broadcasted on TV, really. Everything from capturing shot data using the kit launch monitor in conjunction with Top Tracer, which we then feed into the game. We developed all the holes and designed all the holes. We worked closely with the architects from the Nicholas Group, Bill Welling, Augie Pisa, phenomenal architects who gave us sketches of what they wanted us to build, and then we would kind of bring it to life in a phased approach. And then all that information gets passed through onto the green zone, which we have a big part in as well. That's using our virtual green technology, which allows the green to undulate and create many permutations and create some newness and complexity for these golfers who are so good at creating variability in what they're doing is important, so that they can kind of game the system and figure it out over time.
The big challenge that we had to turn this vision of TGL into a reality was to create a golf tracking system, simulator system that allowed the players to put their ball down in any particular lie anywhere we chose. This is real fairway, real rough. That ball could drop, depending on how they drop it, that ball could drop pretty deep into the rough. They're hitting off sand. When you hit sand, there's a huge spray of crystals of sand that go with the ball. All of these things can interfere with traditional golf ball tracking technology. And so by adding really two technologies together, Full Swing and Top Trace, provided us the versatility that we needed to be able to capture every single shot, no matter where they put it, no matter what lie it came from. We track that golf ball as it flies through the air, and then we can confidently extrapolate where it would have gone if that screen wasn't there to stop it.
So in the back here, we've got a speakeasy and a little dive bar hidden away, but here in the speakeasy, we've got someone grinding right now. You can check out These are the same simulators that you'll see at TGL in the practice phase as well. So we've got 6 of these for the players to warm up in, which is great for us, obviously, getting them nice and loose and getting their distances down in this virtual world that they're now living in. I have to imagine the scope of the screen size is a massive, it plays on their mind a bit. But what we've seen in the broadcast is that you can start to see, like where their ball's going, and you'll see that accurately depicted on screen and in the virtual world, which is pretty cool. So you're kind of getting the essence of it, but at just much bigger scale, right? Yeah. And then ultimately they're hitting off of real surfaces in TGL. So, sand, fairway, and rough, whereas, in these kind of indoor facilities, you're hitting off synthetic turf. But if anything, they're getting loose and, A lot of the inspiration behind the game and the holes for TGL really came from this. I mean, a big part of the digital caddy is, in essence, a flavor of this area here that you'll see. This area here kind of allows you to change your different target locations. If I want to aim right, I can do that, and then the screen will shift. Well, because it's a competition at TGL, each team has their own digital caddy, and they can shift the screen while the other team's going, and then the resulting direction of the image that's projected onto the big screen is a function of their doing. So it allows them to speed things up and to not have to strategize, after the next team goes. They can kind of do it in parallel, which is cool. So that idea came from really just how we do things here. And then of course we built the software using the same gaming engine as we do here on our simulators for our FS Golf experience. And so we took this and appropriated it to what TGL's needs were. So yeah, that's kind of the essence of how the game came together. Pretty cool. When Tomorrow Sports, the group behind TGL, came to us, I think they looked at us and our legacy in the simulator space and said, hey, we should probably talk to Full Swing just due to our positioning and some of the athletes that we had behind us. But the more they uncovered about the business and saw that we don't just make tracking systems like a launch monitor, but we have a virtual green, we build our own gaming software, and then also just the systems capabilities that we have in terms of making things talk to each other at a smaller scale than what they wanted. I think they came in looking for something and came away with what I would say is probably 90% of what drives the in-venue experience. So that's pretty cool. I mean, what they anticipated versus what they got is dramatically different in regards to the partnership. But yeah, we do so much more than just the ball tracking.
To see fans come in the big entrance, come through the gates, come through the plaza, see the huge LED screens outside, walking into the building, seeing this amazing trophy display, the team logos, the fan shop, the beer carts. I think just the emotion that you see on people's faces when they come in is amazing and so rewarding for all the hard work that we put into this.
One of the things that was interesting, right, which we haven't touched on, is in the stadium is how the clientele weren't really sure what to wear, I noticed. They weren't really sure do I put on my country club logo quarter zip and join the quarter zip mafia that plays golf once a week, or do I go in my jeans and a t-shirt? That was interesting to see, and that really shows you how a lot of golf viewers are torn here as to where it fits a lot of people. And that's the evident thing here that struck me about this whole arena. They like it because it's fresh, it's at home, and they recognize it's a new product to get to the new viewer, the future, basically.
The learning lessons, I mean, there's going to be learning lessons across the board for us, just given how much of the tech stack that we own. But ultimately, being able to run the game at the frame rates that we need to ensure kind of a smooth transition from a ball hitting the ground to rolling out, that's one. We're certainly looking at improving some design capabilities by developing some of these holes on a higher grade of a Unity platform to make it look a little bit more realistic with things like clouds moving, dynamic clouds, better looking water, things of that nature that's kind of better for the viewer. And then I think on the green, as I mentioned earlier, they've got some really cool ideas for how to, I think, make the green a little bit more challenging in some areas, maybe less challenging in others. So kind of rethinking the green strategy in totality. But we're here for it all. And you know, we're certainly talking right now about what season 2 could look like. So.